Hey boardies, welcome to AmassGames. My name is Simon and today I'm going to do how to set up, play and review for the game about WEE whimsical creatures and trying to identify them after someone makes noises. Now this is by Bez, art and game design is by Bez, or Beruz Bez Shahari, and it's the second edition and it's the first printing. It came out in 2021. Now, this is a conceptual game. This is a game I have been demonstrating at the UK Games Expo 2022, and you are going to need a number of cards that you're going to lay out as such. Now, interestingly, these cards are also on the back of here, which is very useful, but I'll come back onto those ones in a second. So as I said, you're going to be laying out these cards, and this game contains 80 creatures across 40 cards. I'll show you how they look in a second, and there are 7 numbers, as you can see, as I'm laying them out. Now, as I said, they are reversible. And let me just make sure we have enough space here. And whilst I'm doing the setup, as always, please ensure you hit the subscribe button, notification bell to ensure you catch everything else. There's been daily videos for the last 3 years. And right, now we're going to crack on to how we talk about how to play the game. It's, like I said, a conceptual game involving noises. Now, this is one of my favourite games, especially by Bez, based on the title. I just call it WEE Whimsical Creatures, but it's very handy how the actual full name of the game, obviously, is very indicative of exactly what it is. So I might choose just to leave that in shot there, just so you can be familiar, obviously, with what we're talking about here. And aside from that, obviously, there's more information you can get at in terms of the website, which, you know what, I'll leave over there too. So what's the overview of the game? Well, for 4 to 8 players, it takes 10 to 20 odd minutes, and one player is randomly going to be determining the start or the target creature for the round. Now, they're going to be making noises whilst all the other players close their eyes, and everyone else guesses simultaneously, showing fingers equal to their guess. So for example, that one, I think they talk about this one here. I'll give you an example in a second. The noisemaker gets a point if the majority guess correctly. Everyone else gets a point for guessing correctly or for guessing with the majority. So right now I'm going to start laying out some creatures and just have a think about, as I continue talking about this, you can obviously rewatch the video, I always do recommend that. And also check out my comments and descriptions for any updates. In particular, please check YouTube. There might be a link through as well to obviously Bez's website, whereby you can check out any latest additions or updates to these rules or any other games in the Stuff by Bez series, for example. This is, like I said, Bezzy bargain bag, so it doesn't retail for too much money, usually under £10 at time of recording. And yeah, I mean, if you're watching this in 20 years, it could well be £100 based on all kinds of other factors, who knows. But as you can see, it fits very well on the camera here. We've got various different creatures in play. And let me give you an example and see if what you can guess. Of course, you put your comments in and let me know your thoughts. As I said, they are double-sided, so you can play with this. Like I said, the art is also by Bez. And right, so let's just continue on as I said I was. So the noisemaker gets a point if the majority guess correctly. Everyone else gets a point for guessing correctly. Or for guessing with the majority, in which case you guessed well, but obviously the noise wasn't great. Now, in terms of that setup, obviously we've been setting up this game, and in terms of doing so, you're going to find a way to track the score. You need a pen or paper, so something like this, and a phone app or whatever you might want to use. And you're going to collect cards as points as well. So you could be choosing to collect cards as point, or like I said, use pen and paper, is up to you. So we've laid out 5 creature cards. Now, you can use more than that, but that's not necessary. 1 to 5 is fine. This is just as an extra thing if you wish to do so, which I'll talk about in a bit. So we've laid out these 5 creature cards, and each monster should be clearly assigned to a different number, as you can see here. Whoever is the most enthusiastic is going to make noise to be that first noisemaker. Okay, so if you're unsure, whoever can make the weirdest monster noise starts, or you can choose randomly. So each round you're going to determine that target creature. You're going to make noises, everyone guesses, gives points, and then you're going to add new creatures. Of course, once it's been guessed, it's pointless doing it again. So you might either want to switch that out or maybe switch everything out if you prefer to. Now, the noisemaker takes all the other cards, obviously number 1 to 5, they're going to shuffle them and draw one to secretly determine their target creature. Again, be aware of that. And obviously you're going to make those noises. The noisemaker ponders what sound that target creature is going to make and ask everybody else to close their eyes and then make those noises. So I might have a go at doing that now. But for now, once the noisemaker is done, they will tell everyone to open their eyes. Guesses take time to ponder and raise a fist to show when they're ready. Then you go, the noisemakers are going to go a countdown. 3, 2, 1, and obviously 1 or whatever it might be. Guesses reveal the 1 to 5 fingers, showing their guess, and you keep them visible, obviously, whilst you're determining that score. Okay, so that's how that's going to go on. And then you're going to give points. First, check what's the most popular guess was. After all that, everyone also gets a point. All those players will get a point. And if multiple creatures tie for the most popular guess, all those players get a point. Creatures need at least 2 votes to be a popular guess, though. And next, you're going to have the noisemaker reveal the target creature. If it was a popular guess, the noisemaker wins a point. So, nice noises. Finally, if the target creature was not a popular guess, give a point to anyone who guessed correctly. Then you add new creatures. You can insert all those creatures and replace them, as I said, and then choose a new noisemaker and play until everyone has made some noises. So right now, let's give this a go. So, right, let's see how I want to do this. Which one I think about? Okay. Right, let's see which one I want to do. What will I go with? Okay. So, I'm going to turn the target creature. And let's do that. So, let's just say I've picked something. Okay. And, okay. So, everyone's closed their eyes. And I'm going to go rah, rah, rah. And you, of course, can guess. If let me know your thoughts. And I have noticed when I have played this, we're talking a bit about the review now, is, I mean, this one does have 3 mouths, so rah, 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 maybe you would have got that. So that is it's a good way in terms of it helps you to guess. Obviously, it could be bad because it could be quite obvious that it's 3. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but obviously looking to split the vote somewhere to ensure we do have a clear winner as the game goes on. And sometimes it isn't. Sometimes you do get a tie, but otherwise I have noticed that typically there's enough variation going on here that it isn't just about mouths. It is something else like this one. I might go, ee, something like that for. So what do I think of the game? Well, I do think obviously there are other conceptual games. Obviously visually you have Dixit, very beautiful, give that an 8 out of 10. This one I think is fairly close as well. I'd say it's something around an 8 as well, and that of course is above average for my rating. Now aside from that, I think 1 round is plenty, because I think depending on how embellishing you want to be, you will find it is quite strenuous on the vocal cords. But I think it's quite a clever idea, and I like the idea that it is being conceptual, and it specifically is going with the idea of noises. Like I said, I haven't seen that before. Like I said, I very much like the idea of calling it WEE whimsical, and I like the idea that you can again use the backs of these cards again to have the rules. I thought it was a quite clever idea. So I have done many other videos for Bez, and if you want to check that out, there's of course a Stuff by Bez playlist. There's also many other playlists, such as how to set up play and review playlist. That's also in there too. And again, as for the cards, obviously this is quite bleak artwork in some ways, but there are some fun cards in here too. There are other games which I prefer the art by Bez, but I mean this one I like and stuff, so there's some cool ones here, but still very talented. So, very cool. That has been a game about wee whimsical creatures and trying to identify them after someone makes noises. I also happen to have some other couple of bits in here too. But I hope you find it of interest. Please, again, let me know your thoughts. Please hit that like button, of course, like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell for check out all the other videos coming along, including more games by Bez. So, hope you found them of interest, like I said, and back to the table.